Okay, this is my walking home from Kroger. I only went to Kroger to get the bus pass. I didn't bother to. I got a couple of groceries though. I mean, just nothing much. I realized it's about time for me to get back. So it's still 6 o'clock. It's really not too late than for when I would get home on a regular weekday, and I don't. Uh, well, Dawn's spirit's with me. Your spirit's with me, Dawn. I know that. I should keep forgetting that I can talk to you anytime I want to. I can talk to anybody whose spirit you were with anytime I want to. I'm not talking to the past. I'm talking to someone whose spirit whose spirit you shared with Donna. There's a lot of people too. I can talk to a lot of people now that I couldn't talk, that I could never actually talk to before, even though I thought I was talking to before, talking to the past. There may be some people I can't talk to because they just don't have the spirit to get, they just don't have the spirit in them, despite the, here's the, well, I think some people do have. Well, this is what it looks like back here. This is the back way. There's an apartment complex. I keep on thinking whether or not this is a place to actually go. This is amazing. But I figure since I'm doing this tonight, I might as well go this way. This is the back way that Dawn couldn't go because of her chair. I don't know. There was one thing that I saw that the other day that looked like she could have possibly gone into there. I'd always panic that she'd fall off and things like this. Just like I should have. Well, I mean, there's no realistic to believe that something like that could have happened. Like, hey, it could happen. I mean, heck, something like that could happen, but something like that could even happen to Dawn. You know, and something like that could even happen to Dawn. You know, I thought something like that could happen to Dawn. Hey, guess what? Something like that can happen to Dawn. Yeah, I know. It could happen to me too. It does happen to me because I'm going to make sure it happens in good faith. Make sure I'm not fearful when it happens. Because when you're letting yourself be guided by God, you don't have to fear, because you're going to where you want to be. And you're going there the only way you can get there. And if you can't get there, you'll have to be sacrificed so someone else can. Well, Dawn couldn't make it to wherever I was going to go. I have a lot of spirit. I have a lot of ambition, apparently. I didn't know I had. Well, hey, that's an interesting thing. I thought it was interesting because I thought that this. I mean, like the one of the Rebeccas. I don't know what Steve, but the Kroger Rebecca, the one, says I'm only doing this in good faith, so nobody's going to find out about this. So it doesn't, that's nothing bad. It's going to come to harm to anyone. Anyone is, because if it's done, everything done in good faith. Well, this is nice walking around. I might have to walk around in here for a little while, but if I can, if it is in fact a park where I can walk around in, this is one of those things that I don't know whether they're. I think they gotta make. I think this is because this is actually private residence, and I may just want to get out of here. Yeah, I think this is the back. I thought I said I was going to stop coming through back here, but well, I don't think it looks like it's a normal place you can walk through. They just want to keep people. They put the sign up there to make sure that people know, and that's good. The people are taking an eye around here, so it's good. They don't really. I think they mind people walking through here just as long as they know they're not up in it. Get good spirit going through here, people. I'll send some good spirit through here. I used to go back here just because I felt like it. Well, the thing is, I used to do back in some days, I used to be angry that there wasn't another way to get through. But then I thought, well, actually, when I found this passageway, it was like, I still had bitterness when I was out here. I guess it was just because I didn't want, I just felt like there was it seems like this thing was cut off, so we had to go through High Street. Like this is the only way I could get back to a place without going out to High Street. I had to come back through here. There was no way. Now, Dawn would have to go to High Street at least up to Westview. That's the first place. That West, yeah, it's the first place where Dawn could the first place we should get off of High Street. We could go a back way from Westview out to Riverside and then take that all the way up to Roseland if we wanted to. And sometimes maybe up to Broadmeadows if we want to go to, if we want to stop at CVS. We'd do that. We'd usually stop off at home after we got from, like if we're going to Kroger, we were grocery shopping, and since we're passing by it, we might as well stop by at home, let our groceries, drop it off before we go to CVS. But I know we've done it before. We've gone straight to CVS at least once after going back from Kroger. I don't think we've ever gone to Kroger or CVS and then down, maybe I've done that too. Who knows? I don't think, well, who knows? We know. That's a strange way. It doesn't really, I don't think that's important. We don't think either one of us, I don't think either one of us know that. I don't think we need to. That's what I guess that's what I meant. Who knows means that. So that wasn't an arrogant thing to say. It's interesting how I managed to catch myself in just things in the past like that I never would have imagined could be considered would be arrogant or egotistical. Then I realized when I'm scared, it's like being scared is almost like having an ego. I mean, it's like fear and ego. I just was amazed how similar these two things are related to each other. Like you're afraid because you think that everyone think that there's something on earth to get you. There's something else that can hurt you. You don't have faith in God. You don't have faith in a higher power to take you away from danger. This is how fear destroys. Fear kills. Fear kills because I become stagnant. I don't do anything. I get stuck. I get angry trying to figure out how to get out of this. Get out of fear. Fear. Fear kills. Like, this is Riverside. This is what Dawn would call the scary street. She would call it the scary street, but now she just called it the back way. I didn't think this. The thing is, she said she felt, well, back when ghost in spirit is something I guess I didn't think of spirits in the sense. I didn't think of them as anything because I thought God was an authority. I thought God represented authority, and that's what I thought. Authority is what to be avoided or to be free. We need to free oneself. It's just I didn't know. Freed to what? I figured my dream would come true once I'm free. I didn't know exactly I needed to know that I was already free with God. Through Jesus, we're all free. We're all free to have whatever we want as long as we want it in good faith. Meaning if we want it honestly, I'm willing to not go in fear, walk with it, not in fear. It's amazingly easy. It's a lot easier to walk. It's getting to be a lot easier to walk not fearlessly. I mean, I feel like when I'm here, I can get myself in wherever I am, and it doesn't matter what's going on around me. I'm not going to do anything that interferes with anyone. If I'm talking in a public place, I don't want it to interfere with people severely. But if I'm talking in an obvious, in these days and age, I know people make YouTube videos wherever they go. Like I'm doing right now. I'm walking down the street on the way home from Kroger, and wow, this feels really good right now. I needed this. We're going down the scary street. Dawn would call this the scary street, but there's nothing scary about it. This is right here in the middle of Columbus, Ohio. I mean, this is actually, technically, this isn't the city of Columbus right here. This is Sharon Township of Franklin County. unincorporated island behind High Street between here and it goes out to the Olentangy River out there. It actually looks rural, and this is just like 3 blocks east of west, 3 or 4 blocks west of High Street. I mean, the main street in Columbus where we live. And where we live, to live and die on North High. I guess I'm going to die on North High Street too. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know. It could be, I'm going to be here. It looks like I'm going to be here for a while, so it doesn't mean I'm going to be dying anytime soon. I know Dawn said Dawn knew I had too much spirit for her body to come on with me. But I guess the spirit to walk down and do videos like this. Because I know I wanted to start doing YouTube videos, and this is I remember I wanted to talk with Dawn and me, just doing our own personal walking videos, but my goodness, and here's a deer. This is why. Where's that deer? I don't want to bother that deer anymore. But that was a nice sight here. I'm not gonna scare that poor deer. But that's something. Here is, this looks like, is this already Kanawha? This is Graceland down here. Okay. And this is the alley. I'm not going to walk down that creepy alley. Somebody has some chick. There's one thing with a chicken coop in there. This is actually, as I said, this is Sharon Township. Over there, across Broad Meadows, and that side, that's Columbus over there. Broad Meadows is in the city of Columbus. That's just which many of us do call, we do call Broad Ghettos. And well, from what the word ghetto means, at least in slang term, at least metaphorically, yeah, it does kind of count. It is kind of appropriate to call it broad ghettos. I mean, it's not. It may be appropriate to call anything a ghetto, but if it is appropriate to call anything a ghetto, then it would be appropriate to call Broad Meadows broad ghettos, I suppose. But here is Riverside Roslyn. Okay. Now this is really amazing. I think I'll just do it this way. There's the yeah, there we go. I won't see there. This is walking down. I believe this would have to be Roslyn. This is not Columbus either. This is Sharon Township. I mean, we're surrounded by Columbus. This is the Olentangy River, actually 315, State Route 315 freeway over there, and Olentangy River Road is like on the other side of that river. That's Columbus over there, and this all, it's right in the middle. We're right in the middle of Columbus, but this is just unincorporated. This never part that got annexed. You have a lot of things like that near Columbus. You got these areas where there's just like a block or two that are unincorporated and part of a township. You got like an archipelago of unincorporated townships. And here's just like one little piece of this. Like our parking lot is Columbus. I mean, our building, and of course, is right in Columbus on High Street, but right behind our parking lot, behind that alley and everything, that's actually Sharon Township, and we're going that way. I'm going to be a little quiet when the neighbors come through. I don't want to talk too much. Hello. Hi. This is nice. There's an Ohio flag. There's an Ohio flag on their house. Yeah, I think it does. I don't think the whole... I think the whole thing about... I think we're like... I think copyright is about ready to... I think it's already complete, pretty much ignored where it needs to be. Or what I mean, it's not an issue anymore. Well, I mean, the people who want to deal with copyright are all locked in. The people who are trying to bust through them, and meanwhile, all the rest of us who don't care about it have shifted over to the we don't care side, doing our stuff over there. Well, you got a bunch of... Well, you got a bunch of 50-year-old rock stars bitching about the fact that they're not getting paid every time somebody listens to their 30-year-old songs. People start listening, 16-year-olds don't listen to them. They listen to 20-year-olds who put all their music up for free. Who says, I think my brother has a sack of CDs down in his basement somewhere. My old brother, he's 20 years old. He was born in 1998. He has freaking, I think he has some of the old CD-ROMs with music on them back in his, they don't listen to, it's an old model. It's an obsolete model. The death throes of the empire. No, it's not capitalism. It's not. Well, I didn't say. Nobody said capitalism. Nobody said it is capitalism. It's not capitalism. It's. I don't know what it is. It's the end of hiding behind hiding behind the. I don't know. Let me pause this. I'm gonna turn this off. There's nothing I can say about that. No, there's nothing. Like I said, there's no fear. No reason to fear anything. I kind of get out of the way of the street, but whatever I'm talking about. Sometimes I forget I'm recording a video. Yep, there it is. Just making sure. Sometimes I forget about that, and I think there's no reason to fear. Everything I put is in good faith. Nothing's gonna... In fact, if I make funny little mistakes like that, I'm gonna see what Dawn's gonna play on me when I do that kind of stuff like that. I bet that'd be funny. I'm just gonna go and put the stuff up in good faith, knowing what Dawn's gonna think. That's funny how when you get rewarded with something like that, when Dawn not only managed to get Dickhead and Diane to not come to her service, but she got help. Her mom got a laugh out of it. It was funny. And she actually made up, and she had a good point. She was almost, she stuck behind me too. Not only was she not pissed off about the fact that I said it, she was selling me. I'm so funny you called him Dickhead. Well, you didn't know what else to call him. The funny thing is, I did know his name was Todd. But it was funny. But, here's, I think that's the flag of Sweden on there. Yeah. Okay, that's Sweden. So yep, says Swede 3. Okay, yeah. My battery's probably about dead, but that's almost home. I'm almost home. We're at